So every family is different, but in Frisian, well, the very way we talk about families is different. Let me explain. Let's begin with a traditional family model to show you what I mean. Heit is the Frisian word for dad. Mem is mam or mother to the non-Geordies. They might have a child, or ben, which is child, again for the non-Geordies. To specify the gender, there are the words son, son, and dochter, daughter. Notice that the weird spelling with the GH in English is because it used to be pronounced the same way in English, dochter. If the children go on to get children of their own, then Heit and Mem will become Pake, grandpa, and Beppe, grandma. Their grandchildren are called bansban, literally children's children. Some new words, but nothing too extraordinary yet. But now it gets a little weirder. You'll need to know this next word, scissor, taken from scissor to say. So scissor means one who says. As this word is found in a few special Frisian relations which specify the one who says X to Y. Let me show you what I mean. So while Beppe, grandma, could call her grandchildren bansban, the generic word, she can also call them Beppe scissors, ones who say grandma, because her grandchildren are the ones who say grandma to her. This also works for grandpa, who has Pake scissors, ones who say grandpa. This system doesn't exist in English, where grandchildren can be divided into grandsons and granddaughters, but are not officially divided between those descended from a female or a male. To differentiate between grandparents, you'd have to say maternal grandmother or paternal grandfather. Note though that many English speakers may use words like nan or nana, granny, gran to do this, though there is no official system. And this may lie more along dialect and class lines as generic words for grandmothers. The Beppe and Pake scissor system of Frisian is similar to something we find in Norwegian and indeed other Nordic languages, where one can specify whether the individual is related to their grandparent through their mother or their father. So if the child is talking about their maternal grandma, then it's mormor, mother, and her maternal grandpa is morfar, mother-father. On the paternal side, it would be farmor, often to be found in the fields with a straw hat, father-mother for grandma, and farfar for their dad's dad, their grandpa. The key difference between the Norwegian and the Frisian systems is that the subject in the Norwegian system is the grandchild, so the label of the grandparent depends on the child's relationship to them, while in the Frisian system, it's the grandparent that is the subject. So the label of the grandchild changes depending on the grandparent in question. Now this Frisian reference system is also used for uncles and aunties in Frisian, moike and omke respectively. For omke, his nieces and nephews, and again there is no gender distinction here, just as with grandchildren, are called omke scissors. They call him uncle. For moike, they are moike scissors. They call her auntie. There are also some differences in referring to people in your family in terms of the possessive pronouns used. Take the English phrase, my brother is over there. In Frisian, you would say, uws broer is there. Note, however, that uws is our, not my, which is used even if you're an only child. In fact, you would use uws for all close family relations, such as uws broer, uws zuster, uws heit, uws mem, and uws zoon. Several Northern English dialects actually do something similar, though in this case it's particularly used for younger siblings. In Geordie specifically, using war, our, before lad or lass indicates they are in a romantic relationship with the speaker. So if you're at a pub and a Geordie asks,
"Ja, you digging at what lass?"
reconsider your life choices. Back in Frisian, us is also used before someone's name as a possessive pronoun to indicate relation. So us tseert would indicate the speaker is related to tseert, although this can be used figuratively to indicate a closeness with tseert shared by the speaker and the person being spoken to. Now if that was a little strange, just wait for how Frisian children address their parents. The intricacies of Frisian politeness are something for another video. In short, every language expresses formality differently. You may know from French that there are two forms of the pronoun you, where vous is formal or polite and tu is informal. In British English, there is now just one form of you, so politeness or formality can be shown in word choice. Consider ladies and gentlemen, sir and madam, and also in indirectness of speech. Contrast you want coffee with would you like a coffee, or may I use the bathroom, rather than can I go piss. Anyway, in Frisian, both of these options are available and more, much more. Rather than simply using the formal you for parents, grandparents, and uncles and aunties, as well as family friends, Frisians will instead refer to them in the third person. So instead of would you like some coffee, grandpa, Frisians might say Wil pak koffie, which is literally want grandad coffee. And that's polite. When I speak with my dad in Frisian, I would ask him, hoe gaat het my height? How's it going with father? Which sounds very archaic and strange in English, but it's the normal mode of familial address in Frisian. In contrast, when I speak with my mother in Dutch, I would say, hoe gaat het met je? How are you? Speaking directly and using the informal pronoun because Dutch and Frisian have different rules of formality when speaking with family members. This system is also extended to other people outside of the family we should show respect to, but are familiar enough not to warrant the formal you or yo, which is reserved for the highest level of politeness. If I was talking with a family friend, let's call him Eine, who was older than me, I might ask, had Eine genoeg? Has Eine had enough? So those are some fun things about Frisian families and how we talk about and to them that are a little different to English. Let's close out by going over some of the vocabulary from today's video. Familie, family, familie. Huid, dad, huid. Mem, mam, mem. Ben, child, ben. Zoon, son, zoon. Dochter, daughter, dochter. Oomke, uncle, oomke. Oomke scissor, a niece or nephew of a male. Oomke scissor. Moike, aunt, moike. Moike scissor, a niece or a nephew of a female. Moike scissor. Pake, grandpa, pake. Pake scissor, grandchild of a male. Pake scissor. Beppe, grandma, beppe. Beppe scissor, grandchild of a female. Beppe scissor. Why not tell me with the phrase here, ik ben een, I am a, what family members that you have and what you are in relation to them. Using the vocabulary that we've just learned in this video, let me know. So, as a little example, I might say, ik ben een zoon van huis huid en mem en ik heb een broer. Ben heb ik net en bens ben ik net. So, I am a son to my father and mother and I have a brother. I do not have children. I also do not have grandchildren. So, let me know about your family in the comments below. But until the next time, ik weer Hilbert en dit weer het Friesk. Ontjen en onthoren keer.